Easter is one of the two big Christian festivals alongside Christmas. And both of these times of year are full of wonderful traditions. And of course, they're both associated with kind of fictional or mythical characters. Like, for example, we have the Easter Bunny, or we have Santa Claus, or Father Christmas. And so I wonder whether sometimes we put Jesus in that same category, just this interesting mythical character who helps us celebrate these times of year. So we put Jesus in the same boat as the Easter Bunny or the Tooth Fairy. And of course, there is great debate as to whether Jesus really was who he claimed to be, whether he did all the things that Christians believe that he did. But honestly, there can be no great debate as to whether Jesus really did exist or not. No credible scholar would disagree with the suggestion that a man named Jesus really did live 2,000 years ago, 3,000 miles away in the Middle East, growing up and living in the area of Galilee. This is considered to be historical fact. And these historical facts are not just based on the Bible or Christian teaching, but are based on sources from outside of the Christian tradition as well. For example, we have a historian around the same time as Jesus called Josephus, who was a Jewish historian, who records this man called Jesus, who they call the Christ, the brother of James, who was part of the church in the early days, referencing this character, Jesus, as a historical person. Or we have Tacitus, a Roman historian, who makes reference in his historical writings to a man named Jesus being crucified at the hands of Roman soldiers. And neither of these people, Josephus or Tacitus, have reason to support the suggestion of there being Jesus. These are non-Christian writers. They're just historically documenting the fact that a man named Jesus really did live 2,000 years ago, 3,000 miles away. Of course, the debate as to who he really was and whether he did what he claimed to do, that debate rages on. In fact, most historians can agree on at least two things that they believe definitely did happen. Firstly, that a man named Jesus was baptized by a man named John. And secondly, that a man named Jesus really was crucified as a criminal by Roman soldiers, alongside other criminals. These ideas are not mythical or fictional. These are historically accurate and easy to evidence moments in history. So Jesus really did exist. He was baptized by a guy called John, and he was crucified by Roman soldiers. But the question remains, who was Jesus? Why does his death at the hands of Roman soldiers matter so much? Why are we celebrating it this week? And if Jesus is who he says he is, then why does that matter for you and for me?